and today we're in Charlevoix at the Charlevoix Public Library, speaking with Carolyn Navarre, the president of the Charlevoix Area Garden Club, and Mary Chavez, a member of the Charlevoix Area Garden Club. Now, Carolyn, can you tell us what the Charlevoix Area Garden Club is?
Well, we are a garden club that maintains 11 civic gardens around the city of Charlevoix. Our club is 76 years old. We have about 104 members, and our main purpose is to maintain the gardens. We meet once a month. We have a speaker, a business meeting, and then refreshments.
So there's a lot of members involved in this garden club.
There are a lot of members involved in this garden club, and we have a lot to maintain around town.
Yes, and you have how many gardens that you maintain?
We have 11 civic gardens, and there's all over town.
And that's, all you have to do is just kind of maintain the garden, do a little upkeep, make sure it's looking beautiful throughout the summer, or is there a specific time when you kind of end the maintenance of the gardens?
Well, it's like with any other garden. In the spring, we plant. Some of the gardens are primarily perennials, so they come up every year. A lot of the other gardens, we have to plant annuals. So we start planting in the spring, and then we maintain all summer. We weed, we deadhead, and then in the fall, when things are ready to go to sleep, members from the club go in and put each of the gardens to sleep and get them ready for winter.
Now, this might be a question for Mary. How do you put the gardens to sleep?
Well, the fact that the days become shorter, less sunlight, hours of sunlight, the plants know that they're going to sleep for the winter. And all we have to do is just make them comfortable for their winter sleep. This year, I would say that the most important thing to do, if you have hydrangeas, which many of our gardens around town have hydrangeas, the blooms were prolific and they are huge. And if you were to leave those on the bush, we would have ice and snow that would make them very heavy and likely to break some of the branches of that woody ornamental. So getting rid of the blooms at this time of year saves the crop for next year. That's number one. Number two is you can leave the leaves on your lawn. It won't hurt, but most people don't like the sight of it. But if you do rake the leaves, you should put them in a pile where you can make a nice compost pit.
And if you make a compost pit, will that help your garden maybe later once it starts to get warmer again?
As the leaves and the other garden debris go into the compost pile, they degrade and they turn into beautiful silt, beautiful soil, very rich in nutrients. So if you rake your leaves and throw them away, you're throwing away money.
And nobody likes to throw away money, I'm sure. Well, thank you so much for telling us what to do to keep, your garden healthy and safe throughout the winter and also your lawn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Carolyn, one question I'd like to ask you are, what are some of the programs that the Garden Club is involved in?
Well, the gardens certainly, and the big thing that we do 3 times a year, we have fundraisers to raise money to support the gardens. We have a plant sale in the spring. It's the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend where we sell plants, and most of those are locally grown. Our members are dividing plants in their homes or maybe changing their garden and wanting to get rid of plants. So that's on Memorial Day weekend. Every summer we have a garden walk, and we traditionally have 6 gardens on our walk. And it's open to the public, and that's a big fundraiser for us. And every year, along with our garden walk, we have usually either a flower show, which we did this past year, which would be part of the ticket for the garden walk, or a luncheon. And next year we will have a luncheon that will be at Castle Farms. There's a cost for that, and that's additional fundraiser for us. And then in the fall, we participate in the Charlevoix Apple Fest, which was just this past weekend, and we sell bulbs, and also we sell garden tools, garden gloves, garden claws, diggers, all manner of garden tools And that, again, is a fundraiser to help support our gardens. We also do help our members if they attend conventions or conferences. But the gardens really are the main expense that we incur. And with 11 of them, it's quite a big expense.
So the fundraisers are what really helps it grow and thrive so that way you can afford to maintain them.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
At the Charlevoix Public Library with My News 26, I'm Marlaina Scarbrough.